Welcome to Grandparents Teach Too, Learning Through the Seasons. Are you one of 37% of grandparents who are raising children or helping out 3 or more times a week? Well, I am, and I'm part of Grandparents Teach Too and a retired school teacher. And we have some ways to reduce your own stress, but also to help you prepare children for school and a lifetime love of learning. We're going to take a look today at some ways to help with math. And there are a number of ways that you can do this. One is with a bag of spice drops. Now I know that you might not want to use sugar. You can use fruit pieces, grapes. You can use Play-Doh pieces, whatever you want to. Also some toothpicks, and what we're going to do is to do some engineering today. And so to make something, children just need the toothpicks and open up your gumdrops and first make a square and talk about the different characteristics of, I know this is a cube right now, but you want to start out with a square. And the toothpicks can be line segments. Call them what they'll learn in school. These are line segments. And all you have to do is connect these with the gumdrops or grapes or bananas. Bananas don't work quite as well, but any piece of fruit will work. Apples. And then make a square. And talk about how these are corners, also called vertices, but we might as well teach children the correct terminology right away. They can, if they can name dinosaur names, they can do geometry names and geometric names. And so here we have a square, and all the line segments are the same size. That's what makes a square. And then we connect it. Now, if you want to keep on building a tower, you can see just how high the tower can go. And then maybe at the top, you want to make a triangle. A square has 4 equal sides. A triangle has 3 sides, not necessarily equal, but triangles are super strong. They kind of lean against each other. And what children can do then, after they build their tower, they can make a top with a triangle. And all they have to do is put toothpicks here, and you can help them out, but don't do it for them. If it's not exactly correct, it's fine. Wherever they are, wherever children are at the time is just fine. And then these meet, and triangles help stabilize and connect these all. This could be the top of their tower. I wonder how high their tower can be. It could be all the way up like that. I know some people do this for birthday parties. It's a fun thing to do, and with grapes, and then they eat it afterwards. And also you can make other objects. You can make rectangles. The opposite sides are going to be equal. You can also do trapezoids, and that means that you might have to break a toothpick. And I might mention that trapezoids are really strong too. The Indios in South America, Central America, use trapezoids like this to make their windows, so that in an earthquake it's much stronger. After you've done that, you might try to mention cereal pieces like Cheerios. Here are circles, but there are all different kinds of circle cereals. And you can mention that there are no sides, it just keeps going around and around and around. Or they can take the Cheerios and make a big circle. The more they use their hands, the better it is. And just keep on making a circle. When you pass out treats or snacks, you can mention what size they are and what shape. You know, like these are big squares or rectangles. You can also just go around the yard. I'm going to reach over here for a minute, and picked up some sticks this morning. If you don't have toothpicks and grapes or any of these other things on hand, you just go in the backyard. If there are some sticks, children love to pick up sticks, and you can mention these are line segments, and they can make, not straight line segments, but they're line segments, and they can make some triangles, squares, rectangles, all sorts of things. The other thing you can do if you have Play-Doh handy is to grab some Play-Doh, have the children make some worms. They love to make Play-Doh worms. And these are segments that they can use to make triangles and all the different shapes. They can also take their sticks in the sand and draw things, draw shapes in the sand, so that you're sneaking in some math whenever you're outside or on the beach or inside on a rainy day. And this is a way of sneaking in a little bit of math. Also, if you're out and about taking a walk, you can look for circles in the neighborhood. You can look for all sorts of shapes. This one, it happens to be mostly circles. But there are books at the library on squares and rectangles, and soon your children will be using those terms that, you know, it was part of them. Another thing that you can do is look for drawing books. Ed Emberley has written a whole series of books about how to draw using squiggles and rectangles and arcs, circles. And then there are other books like this at your local library that show step by step how to draw. The Ed Emberley books are a good place to start. So that's a good activity, some geometry, some quiet time after roughhousing around. And it's good to have quiet time, roughhousing, running around, quiet time. So sneak in a little math. Then your children, when they go to school, will go, oh, I know what a rectangle is. I know these things. So behind the camera has been Fran Darling, and I'm Iris Caters for Grandparents Teach 2. Have fun with geometry.